Hello. Welcome to our brief demo on the SAS prototype. Now, here it is bubble graphs we have made, and what we have done is we have plotted on the y-axis percentage sales and the percentage gross profit. Now, the bubble sizes are actually going to be different. So, for example, now please see the appended notes. So, now, for example, the blue bubble size is the percentage sales value, and the size is the cost of goods sold. That means, say for example, this blue bubble is a percentage sales, and the width is the cost of goods sold. The red is actually going to be the percentage gross profit, and the width is the gross margin. That means that this is your gross profit is here, and the width is the gross margin. Now all these bubble size intuitively should be of the same size. So here you see that this bubble size is the same, by and large the same as this, and it's by and large the same as this. Now, since the fact that the blue bubble is below the red bubble, that means it indicates a profitability. That means the A category items are highly profitable. Also, the blue bubble is smaller than the red bubble. Now, since in the case of category C, the red bubble is way smaller than the blue bubble. That means that the category C items have got a low profitability. So this in brief gives the profitability analysis across the various categories, keeping the parameters of percentage gross profit, percentage sales, the cost of goods sold, and the gross margin into one single chart. So this is one very powerful chart. We now go on to the second one. Now this time what we have done is we have drilled down for category A. So the category A was this thing. So here on the y-axis you have percentage sales. Here you have the gross margin percentage. Now your blue bubble chart is actually the sales value percentage. That means here you take the blue bubble and you look at the sales percentage, and this. And the red bubble is actually the gross margin percentage. So you have it on the right side. This is the gross margin percentage. Now the red bubble size is the purchase percentage. That means this is the purchase percent. The size will indicate the purchase percentage, and the blue bubble size will actually indicate the cost of goods sold. Now here you see that all these four bubbles are actually of the equal size, which does not actually make much of sense. Now, if you understand it, the intuitively, if you in the case of the blue bubbles, if you're going from the bottom to the top, then the size of the bubble should increase. That means that either this bubble should be smaller, or uh, the left bubble and the blue bubble should be smaller, or this should be way larger than this. Similarly, the red bubbles should rise going from top to bottom. That means this particular bubble should be larger than this particular bubble. So now what we actually believe should happen is that this particular bubble should become larger. That's what it should be, and this particular blue bubble should go up, and it should become of a larger size. So this is one inference. So basically for the item 175 by 65, what it basically means is that at this given lower gross margin, actually the company should be able to make higher sales, right? And basically make higher sales. So now why is that not happening? That means that probably then they have to talk to the supplier. Now we next go on to this particular chart. And here we see that again you have the blue bubble. So these are the items which have got a higher gross margin, therefore they have a lower percentage contribution to sales. And these are the items which have got a lower gross margin, they've got a higher percentage contribution to sales. Now the red bubble should actually increase in size going from top to bottom, and the blue bubbles should increase in size going from the bottom to the top. Now, in case the blue and the red bubbles are not of the equal size, right, then that means that the red bubble actually has got a bigger size than the blue bubble. That means that there is probably an inventory problem. That means that you have sold lesser than what you have actually purchased. So that gives intuitively what it is. Now, like in this case, this red bubble is actually of the same size as these bubbles. So either this bubble should become smaller or this bubble should come down. That means it should basically come down, come down. So this is the second graph which we had. Then we next look on to the third graph, which is available to us. So in this particular graph, what we have looked at is the percentage sales and the percentage gross profit. And now the blue and the red bubbles, we explain the red bubble is the gross profit percentage, right? And the red bubble size is the percentage purchase. It's the same. The blue bubble size is the sales value percentage, and the bubble size is the cost of goods sold. So by and large, these two bubbles should overlap. They should be very, very close to each other. Your issue where the alerters start to come in is, see now all these bubbles are by and large overlapping, so you basically can ignore them when there is actually a gap between these two bubbles. So in case the red bubble is over the blue bubble, then it's a highly profitable item. And suppose the blue bubble is on top of the red bubble, then it means that the item has got a lower gross margin, but it's moving in larger larger quantities. So that is what this thing. And similarly, the blue bubbles should actually increase in size going from the bottom to the top. So that trend has to be maintained. That means this is a larger bubble than this, and similarly, the red bubble should actually reduce in size going from bottom to the top. So that's how it is. Then in the case of the cost of goods sold analysis by the per gross profit percentage, now here we have now if you look at this particular this is for the category C, what we have done. Now again, if you look at, since the red and the blue bubbles have been explained here, but basically what we are getting in is that because of this particular item 145 by 80 R12 is actually your profitability is getting hit for category C. But in the other cases, the profitability is quite healthy. That means that the company is making a lot more than what it is purchasing for. So, and this is the graph for the seasonality which has been indicated. So with this, I come to the closure of the video. Thank you very much for your time.